Happy high vibrations, everybody. May your mind, body, and soul be whole. May your spirit be clean. May your body be severed from the machine. When we keep the Lofts Pata, Metu Neter guides and protects us. Are you ready? Are you ready to get your superpowers? Are you one of the many that think you're going to wake up on the 22nd and be flying? Be able to push bullets away with your eyes? Be able to levitate and move things, telekinesis, all sorts of special powers. Are you going to be an empath? Oh boy. Let me try to put everything straight, everybody. Okay, the Grand Conjunction. We all know this is happening. Okay, and if you don't know, now you know. Okay, and what's exactly happening? Well, you have Saturn, you have Jupiter, and you have our planet aligned. Okay, and what has happened? Well, on March 21st of 2020, the Sun, which is a woman, left the constellation of Aquarius. She left her eggs there. And you have these two big boys, Saturn and Jupiter, sitting on those eggs, fertilizing them. Okay? And they're ready to bust out. They're sitting on those eggs. Okay? I believe it's a species of fish, but I know one types of animals, the female just leaves the eggs and the male comes along and it basically just kind of takes care of that until it's ready to be delivered. So this is kind of like that situation. You have Jupiter and you have Saturn, sitting on this egg. It's going to burst. It's going to be born. And it takes about 3 days or so, for the stork to deliver it to our planet where we people, man and mankind and Draconian live. And yeah, that's when we get all those specifically to what shouldn't be classified gifts, but it's going to happen. Okay. So the first thing I want to touch base on is what is coming down exactly. Like, why is whatever coming down going to make a change on our planet, to our mentalities, our soul base? Like, what is it? Okay. So it's melanin. You understand me? It's carbon. Okay. This is coming down. It's being rained down. And so it doesn't matter how pale your skin is or how dark your skin is. You are going to be exposed to melanin particulates. All right. That's the best way that I can just sum it up and describe it. And so if you understand melanin, okay, and these melanin have melanocytes and they have neurons. Okay, so every, just say melanin cell has a neuron, just like your brain. Okay, so it independently operates like a software on its own, and it's connected with all these other, pixels in this picture that is you. Okay, and that's why, you are able to interface and integrate with plants and animals in the sky and have all these wonderful things, except for feelings. It's sad when you're online and you look in social media groups and people are highlighting that they're an empath. Like 1 out of 10 people would say, I'm an empath, right? So it's a gift to have feelings. That's the great job that the Draconians have done to us, is they've taken out our natural ability to feel for one another. Okay? And that's a big, if you can't feel, then, and you have cognitive dissonance, then you're just going with the flow. You're just floating. Okay? You're not on your own power. You're just floating. Okay? And then so you're consenting to anything and everything. Okay? As long as it's with the consensus. Okay? So melanin is coming down. We're all going to have an extra heightened sense of empathy, ability to feel for one another. That's huge. That that is a special power. That is a superpower, because when the whole world can have feelings and have feelings, doesn't mean that we're all going to be good all of a sudden or we're all going to be bad all of a sudden. And what it means, we're going to be able to consider one another, consider what we're doing. We're going to have a little pause in between thinking and acting. Okay. The second thing that we're going to be able to expect is a heightened sense of awareness. Okay. I didn't say consciousness because I'm a little let down at the conscious community, because just like the Anubians, just like the soul men and women, boys and girls that are out there that look like me and different shades lighter, some darker, right now they are calling themselves black voluntarily, and they're basically now saying they're conscious. Okay, so those are two things that are very, very minimum. Okay, they're not doing anything for allowing you to reach into your higher self, because anything that vibrates is conscious. That's the state of consciousness. Okay, is to be alive, it's to be vibrating. Okay, what we want is awareness. Okay, when you're aware, that means you're taking in intelligence, you're giving and taking, you're transmitting information, you're interfacing, you're interacting with your environment. Okay, through intelligence. Okay, because you have feelings. So if somebody's, licking their lips, or like, rubbing their stomach or whatever, they want, you could sense that they're hungry, right? So you can make a decision whether you want to feed that person or not. Okay, and believe it or not, we don't have that. We can be in a line at a store. For the most part, we don't give a rat's ass about anything except for what we're doing for ourselves. Okay, and we're blaming it on our phones, we're blaming it on all sorts of outside distractions. Yeah, they impact on the fact that we have no feeling, but at the end of the day, we don't have feelings, and we're not aware of one another. Okay, and so with a heightened sense of feelings, allowing us to establish a sense of empathy and self-awareness. So that means you can expect a lot of people to be looking inward, and for the first time and throughout this whole entire process and their life up until this moment, you're going to be able to self-reflect. Okay, and you're going to be wanting to call people and say sorry, and people are calling you to say sorry. You're going to want to feel so bad, and you're going to realize what you've done and what you've created and what you've helped come to pass is because of you, right? And you're going to feel really bad. A lot of us are going to be feeling angry. You're going to realize, that this facilitation institute, that facilitates for the big box and the big boys in the draconian society, and they stand in between us and them, the big corporations. They have their figureheads all over the world, standing, representing the corporations, and we are also part of this corporation. Even they are going to be able to feel. It's going to be real. It's going to be real. It's going to be beautiful. Now, where the superpowers come in, where you believe your DNA is going to be activated and you're going to be able to be telepathic, telekinetic, you're going to be able to, levitate yourself, levitate things, move things, do all these types of things, communicate, just all that stuff can only happen through exposure to radiation. Okay? And when we're going through the Van Allen belt, photon belt, we're going to be exposed to that gamma radiation. That's what's going to, create, unlock your DNA and allow all the traits in your DNA string to be exposed. And that's not going to be pretty, because people who have RH blood, you're going to have hair on their faces, all these things that have hamster and different types of genetic material in the vaccines and the foods and everything. Like, all that's going to come out to play. Okay, it's going to be really crazy. It's going to be like going to that bar at that scene in Star Wars, where Luke and Obi were looking for Han Solo. And you had all those fucking weird beings in there. That's basically what's going to happen. right? But that said, I don't want you to get too carried away. I'm sorry if this video kind of lets you down. You're not turning into any X-Men. You're not going to wake up with a box and a cape and special powers and all that stuff. Okay, let's get real. Let's be real. Okay, it is a frigging amazing power to feel for one another. Right? Look at all the people out there who are saying that they're empaths, like they're special. Right? It is special. Okay, and when you have a sense of self-awareness, for a lot of us, we're not going to be able to handle that. A lot of that, it's going to be worse because you're going to feel guilt, and you're going to know that what you're doing is not good, and then you're going to be confused because on what you do, right? Like, it's not about your job. When you can do something bad and you're hurting somebody, and you can literally just look at them with a straight face and say, I'm just doing my job, man. I'm just doing my job, man. There's no more of that. Oh, I'm just doing for the good of the people, right? I'm just doing what's best for the greater good. There's no more of that. Okay, you're gonna know what you're doing is wrong, and you're not gonna be able to do it. The people who have a connection to the solar system, to life. Okay, if you're a lot of people are going to double down. They're going to say, this is who I am. I'm going to, be with Satan. Satan's going to take care of me, whatever, and so be it. All right. This is what's going to happen. The divide is going to start. Okay. Because this is going to allow for the divide. Okay. Right now, we're not being divided. We're being sorted. Okay. There's a huge difference. Okay. The demons haven't come in yet. Okay. Demons divide man. Okay, so let's get real, peeps. Let's get real, everybody. All right. So you're gonna expect yourselves to be more empathetic. You're gonna have a high sense of awareness, and you're not gonna have your magical powers until you're exposed to that radiation. So how do you get ready for your body to expose to radiation? Well, first of all, you're dealing with energies, right? You're dealing with gases. Okay, so muscle density, you got to build your muscles up, right? So your muscles can take on more energy. You need muscle density, okay, so they can take that electrical charge, right? You have to look at how the word chakra came to be, right? You get a huge jolt of energy. That means it's a shock. That shock comes from Ra, right? It goes up your meridian points. We call this, your your meridian points, right? You basically are going to have your kundalini delivered. Okay, so you have to have muscle density for this. You need to be healthy. So your colloidal silvers, your chagas, your milk of On, which is Ormus or monatomic gold. Your kombucha, your different herbs. You're living naturally on a spiritual base. You have denounced the anti-life, Satan, the Luciferian draconian society, and all evil works. Okay, that's the main thing, is you got to have your spirit. You got to think about this for a moment. Okay, life is what the Germanic God wants to be. Okay, and so everything that lives has this energy in it, okay, that gives it life. It makes it active. It allows it to be conscious, okay? And so you can't be conscious without having an electron as part of your molecular structure, okay? So anything that can have an electron or that can become electricity can be fed through it, is conscious. Okay? So we need to understand that what we want is awareness. Okay? And we get that through a spiritual base. Okay? And you want to be conscious without Satan. Okay? And what I've done for myself, knowing that the way the society is rigged to fail, that your soul is basically bought and sold from the day that you're born. Okay, and so what I've done is I've interpreted an agreement. It's called a severance agreement. And basically, I'll read it to you. It's an all law planetary courts of the great divine spirit. I've outlined the 7 or 8 courts. I got Helion, which is the sun, the lunes is the moon, Mercurials, okay, that's Mercury, Venerians, that's Venus, the Marmarians, that's Mars, okay, the Jovians, okay, that's Jupiter, the Saturnarians, that's Saturn, and Terra and Nibiru. Terra is planet Earth, Nibiru is planet 9. Okay? And then it's a notice of termination. All right? This is real. Okay? And the purpose of the letter is to give formal notice in accordance with the planetary court's termination requirements by Christopher A. Chaplin, which is my name. Okay? Your name will go there. And then 2, the evil spirit, the tree of death, Draconian society, Luciferianism, Satan, all evil agents, devices, and works. That's who it's to. It's addressing who we're bound to. Okay? As of this date, the date that you sign it, okay, this is a copy of a contract and ritual that I've done for myself. Okay? And then notice of termination. I, my name, renounce the evil spirit, the tree of death, Draconian society, Luciferianism, Satan, all evil agents, devices, and works. I, and then my name, sever all bonds, ties, curses, generational contracts, karmic debt, evil forces may have with me that were attained by any means. And then I again, with my name, declare that I will follow all law of the great divine spirit life, whom host all that exist and will guide and protect me. And I sign my name, and then I prick my finger and sign it in blood. And so as part of this process, you dissolve it and you burn it and you meditate on it. And I made a separate video for that. But as you can see, literally, that's my blood. That's my DNA. Okay, and so part of that process, it's a 3-part process. One you keep for yourself, one you burn, the smoke, goes into the ether, and then you put the ashes in the water, and the other one you meditate over it and you bury it in the ground. Okay, and it stays there until it dissolves. You plant it underneath, a plant, so that plant could actually, take the nutrients, from that agreement. And that's something that you might even be able to consume. Okay? But it's very, very, very serious. You can't expect, to go to the other side without dying. Okay? And so if you don't really die, meaning that it's just another process, then what is death? Okay? Death is removing yourself from the artificial construct. Okay? Just like it says in the Bible, many will try to kill themselves and can't. Okay? So that means many will be trying to change who they are and won't be able to do it. And you can't do it if you can't renounce Satan. Okay? I don't care about how Jesus has fought that battle for you. Jesus was sent for the sinners. Okay? You got to look at that. I'm not even going to get anything. If you want all that, go watch Rap the News. There's lots of guys out there that will break that down for you. Okay? It's a free plug for you, buddy. But anyways, just get real. Okay? You have to denounce Satan. And I believe and I know the method that I have been given to deliver to you with this severance agreement, the stamping it in blood. Okay? And having to bury it and all that thing. That's necessary. Okay? But what's most than necessary, we need 10% of the global population. Okay? I would like more than 50%, but with a mere 10%, 700 million people, okay, chanting, I renounce Satan. I renounce the Draconian society. Okay? And denouncing it in public, typing this on the internet, getting the algorithms, in the ether and online. I renounce Satan. This causes a shift. Okay, this permits for a shift. Okay, don't you understand? Everybody was so focused on this Trump election, and people don't remember what a Trump was. Does a Trump ever continue to blow after the race has been run? A Trump is there to signify the start of something. Okay? So that man was not meant to be there more than what it was. Okay? The second, this whole election, this 9 months was about principles. Okay? And remember, we're battling with principalities in high places. Okay? And high places is your higher self. Your principles is your morals. What's inside of you. Okay, and they laid it all down for you. They put on their garb and they were bowing down, and made you believe that they're respecting what they want to call the soul men and women, the people that want to call themselves BLACK, you know. I'm not saying that word, right? Because that's a whole different video. Okay, you refer to me, people that look like me, as souls. That's what we've been called all along until, Jesse Jackson came along and wanted to put the label on African American or whatever. Okay, but we're sticking focused on this video. Okay, so you basically want to make sure that you have Satan out of you. And just imagine the algorithms of everybody typing on the internet and throwing out in the atmosphere and saying, I renounce Satan, right? So we create an imprint. This imprint allows us to have a shift in our consciousness. It becomes permitted. Okay, and then like that, it's a new reality because they're dealing with a population that has feelings. They have to deal with people that have feelings. So it's not feelings like, oh, my gun is gonna get taken away, or it's like feelings, like you can't watch a movie without crying. Like nothing seems unreal to you. Like this desensitization didn't occur, right? Meaning that if you watch something and something sad happens, your body responds appropriately, right? I cry when I watch movies and stuff like that. If I see something sad, it triggers me. I can get triggered like that off the TV, right? That's actually extremely healthy. If you're sitting there and you're watching TV and things are happening, people are getting their heads killed off and all that, and you can go to sleep no problem, then that's why we're here right now, right? So we're all going to be able to expect that after, the 25th, moving onwards, we're going to be a lot more empathetic group of people, okay? We're going to have a lot more feelings for one another. And so on the contrast, we're all being separated and we're all being told not to have feelings. And we can't have feelings and we can't exercise our humanity, okay? But we're going to get a big boost to humanity. So you need to be prepared and ready for it. All right. So all you youth out there and everybody expecting these magical powers and making plans for, taking over, these facilitation institutions, it's not going to happen. You're not getting it. As a matter of fact, you might stay asleep and you might not be able to care. Okay. But the truth is we're all going to be judging ourselves. Okay. We're all going to be taking ourselves to court. Okay, and it's not going to be pretty. A lot of us is not going to really understand. And for you people out there, especially the older people that are seeing things, seeing shadows, hearing things, seeing faces, having scenarios in your head, you're not going nuts, okay? The dimensions are merging, okay? And have already passed on. The only thing that's keeping you alive is the electrical current, okay? Is the Wi-Fi, all this artificial energy. That's the only thing that's keeping you awake, that's keeping your body up. Because if the power goes out, the power grids go out, you're not lasting long, okay? But anyways, those people don't go to the doctor, okay? Do not go to the doctor with your problems of seeing things and hearing things and all this type of stuff. This is normal for what's happening right now. Okay, it's extremely, extremely normal for what's happening right now. You just have to have understanding people around you, and you have to dissect and interpret those things. And what you need to do, most of all, is get out of Satan. Okay, again, I renounce the anti-life, Lucifer, Satan, the Draconian Society, and all evil works. Okay, get that in your head. Let me help you. I'll hold your hand. Okay, this is what we need to do. It needs to go viral. It's a challenge to anybody who loves Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Judah, anything, anybody. We're bound together. This is our common cause. It's not coronavirus. It's not binding us together. okay, is we all have to get out of Satan. Okay, that is the enemy. Okay, Satan represents the artificial construct. That's what that symbolizes. It's not a person, place, or thing, although person, places, and things will become and show themselves as Satan. Okay, but it's the artificial construct. Okay, and we need to get out of it. Okay, and we get out of it by getting it out of us. We disconnect from it. Okay, so that's what everybody needs to do. Okay, you need to disconnect from the beast. Okay, we need to do it, especially those musicians, especially everybody. Okay, this is how you do it. This is how you get out. We need to give Satan the fucking finger right now. Okay, you can't tell me that you're good with this. You can't. Okay, you can't tell me that you don't see what's happening. Okay, we need to say F it, fuck it. If you can believe in God and say fuck God all your life up until now, then why in the world do you have a problem, saying I denounce Satan? You shouldn't. Okay, we shouldn't. We need 700 million people to do this right now. Okay, that's what happens. We need it. Okay, you have to understand how this works. We need a consensus. Okay, and once we get that algorithm on the computers going, everybody, I renounce Satan, I renounce Satan, I renounce Satan, blame Satan for everything that is bad in your life. Okay, and you type it. Okay, that this creates an algorithm that establishes something. You have to understand that they're going through great lengths to consolidate you right now. Okay, they're going to have something legitimately in you that can look like this whole ID, this whole new world nationalism that we're going through. Every country's going through it. Every country's being consolidated. Okay, everything is being nationalized and turned over. Okay, because like Jesus said, what belongs to Satan belongs to Satan. Okay, and what is of life belongs to life. Okay, so if you want to go ahead and make yourself, belong to Satan, that's up to you. Okay, is the vaccine the mark of the beast? Well, you have to know what a marker is, and you have to know what the beast wants. Okay, and your thoughts, your consciousness, your self-awareness goes through your blood. Okay, it goes through your blood. That's what it travels through, your blood. Okay, and in your blood is your DNA. And if you would put that DNA in their machines, it would have a sequence of numbers. Okay, and so everything, it doesn't matter what it is, if it's natural, it's going to leave a signature that it was in your body. Okay, it's like going to a place, being a visitor, and basically checking off that visitors list, putting your name on it and signing it, right? So it leaves a mark. Okay, and so this is basically what it's going to do. It's leaving a marker so that when you pass through their ID, it says that you've been vaccinated. It's the same thing. Okay, so you need to be very, very serious about what time it is right now. Okay, the 21st is here. They can't take that away from you. Okay, we're all, due for a spiritual inheritance. Okay, we're all going to be able to operate in our higher selves. We can't let them take that away from you. Okay, it's our minds, our bodies, our souls. It's our choice. This is the stance we wish to voice. Our desires to keep ourselves, maintain our eligibility for life in infinity. Okay? Happiness in perpetuity. It's our life. It's our life. It's our life. Thanks for watching, everybody. IDenounceSatan.com, artbycac.com, headitchy.com, boomenergies.com. I'm coming out. I'm going to try to be strong. I am going to be strong. I need your support. I'm in Canada. I don't have a Cash App, but you can donate. You can buy some products. I'm an energy artist, a pioneer. I've been doing this for 20 years. It's time, baby. Okay? I love you. I denounce Satan. We got to do this. I got a contract. Put your blood. Go through it. We got to do it. We need 700 people. Okay? 700 million people got to do this. Okay? We get 700 million people. Listen, man, we just had 2 rappers get like 7 billion impressions. Okay, that's like the whole world. Okay, so we need people typing on their computers, all your social media, everything needs to be about I renounce Satan right now. We need to turn, we need to flip, we need to create the algorithm. We need to do this. Okay, this is the only way out. There is no way out. There's no way out of this except for kicking it out. Okay, so we all want to transcend. We all want our spiritual gifts. We all want our DNA to be reinstated, reactivated. Okay, it doesn't matter what color you are on the rainbow spectrum. Okay, we're all gonna get an influx of melanin. Okay, so we're all gonna be able to interface and conduct with the solar system. Okay, some people won't be able to handle it, but those who make that spiritual decision now, they won't die a second death. Remember that they won't die a second death. Okay, the second death is good. That means you're out, you're with Satan and hellfire. Okay, so let's get ready. Let's just focus on loving each other. Okay, the way out of this is by renouncing and denouncing the anti-life, the draconian society, Satan. But as a group of peoples, we literally have to love and make love with one another. Okay, because the people who lack melanin, okay, we people with melanin, we need to allow them into nature, and we do this through breeding. We do this through genetic, okay, and it's straight up. That's just the way that it is. Okay, I know a lot of people out there who are dark skinned and people who are pale skin, and everybody in between may think I'm crazy, and a lot of people may agree, but that's just the way out. That's the way out for us, is that we have to breed out, because the problem is those who lack melanin, okay, lack the ability to interface with the solar system, and this causes a dynamic where our reality needs to be augmented, okay, through many means, whether it be medicated, whether it be manufactured, it doesn't matter. Okay, there's allergies, there's a zillion reasons why we can't just be natural. Okay, because it's fixed, it's meant to be that way. Okay, so I'm not one of these guys that are, saying, you're going to go to hell and all this types of stuff. You got to understand that, these commands, these laws were meant to keep us safe. Okay. But it is not life. Life is open source. Life is always loving. Its consciousness comes through the electron. These things always are there. There is and always will be. Okay.